pledged TKE in the spring of 1987 at Nicholls State University. It was the Mu Zeta chapter. At 18 years old, I was never concerned about if I was ever going to need St. Jude. I knew what St. Jude did, and I participated in events because I knew that's what our national philanthropy was, but I didn't fully know why I was doing it. Now I know why.
So I heard about this St. Jude and went to church on a Wednesday afternoon, and I just blurted out, "Help me find my way in life, and I'll build you a shrine."
Late entertainer and tall Kappa Epsilon frater Danny Thomas made that very promise to St. Jude Thaddeus, the patron saint of hopeless causes, more than 60 years ago. Shortly after making this pledge, Danny did find his way in life and became one of the most successful and well-known entertainers of his era. And in 1962, Danny built his shrine, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Since opening its doors, St. Jude has had a history of taking on many of the most difficult and underserved pediatric diseases. Protocols developed at St. Jude have helped increase overall survival rates for childhood cancers from less than 20% when the hospital opened in 1962 to 80% today. And the research and treatments at St. Jude have an impact far beyond Memphis. The hospital has treated children from all 50 states and from around the world, even the son of your fraternity brother Troy.
Connor's a typical 7-year-old little boy. He's very kind, he's very compassionate. He's one that's always worried about everyone else. He enjoys playing outside. A lot of times I have to drag him in at night because he's, outside playing trucks, digging in the dirt, kicking footballs, throwing baseball. Some of the first signs that he had something going on was a lot of times he'd come in the house and just say his stomach was bothering him. He'd lay on the sofa for a little while. It just wasn't his normal behavior. One weekend, he was really sick. We took him to the emergency room and they admitted him into the hospital, and at that point, they started running more in-depth tests. And after a couple days, they realized that he had a blockage, and in resolving the blockage is when they found the mass in his abdomen. When the doctor called me that morning, she told me that what he had was lymphoma. It was a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, specifically Burkitt's lymphoma, which is a very fast-growing disease. I was very scared, of course, as any parent would be. We left the hospital from his healing on his surgery on a Saturday morning, and on Monday morning, we were on the next flight to St. Jude.
When Connor's family arrived at St. Jude, they learned they were in a special place. And even though Connor's treatment could last up to 4 months, they never had to worry about bills. No family ever pays St. Jude for medical treatment. And with a daily operating cost of $1.6 million, the doctors, researchers, and families of St. Jude all depend on support from the public and organizations like Tau Kappa Epsilon.
When you walk through those doors, the hospital is amazing. And there was a sense of calm because I knew that he was going to be okay. And from the beginning, they have never asked us for a penny, and we have never had to give a penny. They took care of all of that. And that made the whole process easier because that burden was lifted.
While at St. Jude, Connor underwent 5 rounds of chemotherapy. And even though his treatments caused difficult side effects, Connor still made the best of his situation.
He did lose his hair, and I was concerned that he would be worried about it, but he thought it was funny. Once his hair started falling out, of course, typical little boy, he's pulling it out and he's trying to throw it on you and things like that.
Support for Connor and his family not only came from St. Jude, but from Troy's TKE brothers as well.
Some called and offered financial assistance. Some visited us while we were in Memphis. I even had a brother who was in school with me who lived in Memphis, and he was there. He supported us by showing us around Memphis. So my brothers were very supportive and very involved.
When I'm growing up, I want to be a football player. I like to play quarterback and wide receiver.
My number one hope is that he remains healthy. As he progresses and gets older, as every father hopes, I hope that he gets a college education and finds a career that's successful for him, and that, hopefully he'll pledge TKE one day.
Connor's cancer is in remission, and he has returned to his normal life, free to be a child again and ready to live his dreams. all because one man, one teak, was compelled to act on his promise.
Danny built something that has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of families and thousands and thousands and thousands of children. And it was all because he had a dream and he was committed to that dream.
I find that I'm about to make that fantastic dream come true. I need your help. I can't do it alone. Go forward with this work.
You can continue to make Danny's fantastic dream come true through Tau Kappa Epsilon's commitment to St. Jude as a national partner. Your dedication will make a difference in many lives.